Hey guys, I am back, and I know it's been about close to a week, but here goes another one, and this one is based on a round, sunsetty, vixenish, very sexy eye. And what I'm doing here, of course, as I always usually do, is while I'm talking, of course, show you the tools and the products that I'll be using. These are the Ardell lashes, and you can also get them in multi-pack by Salon Perfect, just what I'm showing you right here, for about $4 or $5. They're the Demi Wispies. And then these are two pink lipsticks. One is a very matte, sort of like flat pink, uh, very light pink, and the other one is more on the hot pinkish, satiny side. They're both by Wet n Wild, and I paid 99 cents for both. They're great, great quality for that price. And here I'm explaining to you the shape that I'm going to create using these colors, which are very much sunsetty colors. They're oranges, browns, reds, and some pinks. So using the BH Cosmetics palette, and I'm trying to make the best out of this palette as I possibly can, because it's got so many beautiful colors, and yes, they are mostly matte. And so here I'm picking up the first set of colors, which are going to go on the brow bone. And in this video, I am just showing you one eye, because you can see these videos, for some reason for me, turn out to be a little bit long. They actually don't seem like they're even 10 minutes long. I don't know why it says 20 minutes. Anyway, um, I'm going for some bone color, uh, like a yellowish bony color, brow bone color, and then I go over that with a very pretty sort of like shimmery color right over it, almost a white shimmer, and it makes a real pretty, you can see, brow highlight. And then dipping into the two oranges on the bottom, I'm creating my shape using that curved brush, and that's by Echo Tools. Most of the brushes in this video will be. And this is the big round, sort of like vixenish, because at the end it flicks up like a cat eye. And then I am dipping back into the same colors and using the same brush to blend everything out. And this is going to be my transition shades as well. And then I'm going to warm them up in a second using some redishes and pinkish colors to kind of like warm up and sandwich the colors and layer a little bit. This is like a tannish, brownish color. Excuse me. And that's what I use to kind of like taper down the brightness of the oranges. So sort of like warming it up a little bit. And again, this is all in the socket, the high socket area. Is what I call it, because that's above my actual socket. It's right on the socket bone, and under that would be your socket area. So I'm showing you another brush, and this is more like a flat, a slimmer brush, a smaller version of the brush that I was just using, but this one has it has no slant to it, so it's not one of those angled brushes. So this is just a flat, fluffy brush. And I'm dipping into these redishes and pink type of colors now. There's three of them. There's this one, which is actually a blush. And I can't, off of the top of my head, Artisan, I believe it's called. And it's a drugstore product. You can pick that up at CVS or Walgreens. It's a beautiful, beautiful reddish type of color. And to this color, I'm pretty sure I'm going to get into some browns. And, well, no. Well, yeah. Yeah, I'm getting into the first brown. And that's going to go, like, slightly under the reddish color and into it at the same time. And I meant to take these starting from the end of the eye, which is really what you should do, because when you bring down your product, most of your product is on your brush. It should start at the end of the eye so that the heaviest product remains on the end of the eye. And this is the Revealed palette by, I think it's City something. Um, and this is the Revealed palette, which is a dupe for the Urban Decay Naked palettes. And then taking a second darker brown, I am now doing definition work at the end of the eye. I will put down the name of this palette in the description box because when I'm narrating, all of the names of these products just fly right out of my brain because I'm trying to keep up with the video. So taking that dark brown, you can see it's starting to define the end, the wing. And then into the brown, I'm going to take a matte black, which is also in the same palette. I think it's Coastal Scents. I'm sorry, not City anything. It's Coastal Scents. And so I'm going to dip into a black, which is going to be the last color that I use. And that's just going to darken the definition, and that's going to work its way into the brown. So sort of each color blends into the color before. And this is in a decent enough speed that you guys can see how all of this layering takes place. And it makes for a very vixenish, rounded, vixenish eye shadow look. And now I'm going to use, you'll notice I left a lot of lid space, and that's where I'm going to put in my highlight colors. And that's going to bring, for somebody with hooded eyes, as you guys well know, I have. I'm putting down a base that's a little bit shimmery so that it will bring out the shimmers and the yellow canary type of colors I choose next. Again, out of the BH Cosmetics eyeshadow palette. And so it's going to bring out the brightness of those colors. So that's why I laid down a shimmery base. And that shimmery base is by e.l.f. And you can pick those up for a couple of dollars at Target or Walmart. And that is a flat eyeshadow brush I'm using. A generic one. I'm not even sure where I picked that one up from. But it's one of those flat brushes where you're just picking up your product and laying it down. I am using it to also blend it out. So, but you'll see that I am laying it down first, and then I'll blend. I'll do a little bit of blending. So that makes the color pop. The base that I use makes those canary-ish, yellowish colors on my lid pop better. And then I'm going back into the end of my eye using the same browns from the Coastal Scents palette and the black to darken, because it kind of lightened out on me. It wasn't dark enough. And so you'll want to sandwich your colors until they are of the intensity that you want them. And in this case, even though this is a daytime look, this is very appropriate to go out for a like late afternoonish event, like dinner. And that's why I keep that lid so nice and bright, and the dark colors are at the end of the eye to define, and then the medium type of colors are on the high socket area, going also into the socket area where I put in the warmer colors. So that makes for the sunsetty vixenish eye. Now I'm going and taking the Artisan. This is like a reddish type of color, but the product name is called, I believe it's Artisan, and I think it's Black Radiance carries this product, and I picked it up, and I thought it was a very beautiful appropriate red for olive toned, for us olive toned or yellow undertoned people. And so I put that under the eye. The socket colors are going under the eye, and I'm doing the same thing. I'm layering them. So under that went the one in the Coastal Scents, that's the caramelish type of color, right under that. So those are the colors that are also in my socket area. And you'll want to blend those out with a clean brush just to soften everything out. And then we will get into eyeliner. This is the Exaggerate by Rimmel that I love so much, and that's because it's got really good staying power and doesn't smear all over the place. It's waterproof. And so I'm taking this pencil to smudge that into the end of the eye, and this is going in the last quarter of the end of my eye for definition. I'm going to keep a very light amount of eyeliner on the inner half of the eye so that my eye stays open for a daytime look especially. And you'll see that I am smudging that into my lashes. You'll want to do that first, and that will thicken up your lashes. It'll make your lashes look thicker. And take the other side, which has a little rubber on it, and soften all of it out and blend it out nicely. I wasn't really trying to smoke it out. I was just trying to soften it down and even all the eyeliner out, top and bottom. But on the bottom, you'll notice it's only the last quarter of the end of the eye, and on the top, I went like a full, almost half. And that defines the outer part of my eye. So on the inner part, I do apply some, but I'm just using the extra that I'm blending with and just pulling it forward into the inner part so it looks really, really light on the inner part of the eye. And then, of course, I put some on my waterline. But I didn't want an inky black. I just wanted a nice soft black around the eye, especially keeping it light on the inner part of the eye and darker on the ends. And so these are all of my excuse me, gel eyeliner products. I have already applied my gel eyeliner by this point. I did that off camera. And then here I'm setting all of my eyeliner with the Coastal Scents Matte Black. And that's really a very good tip, because that will keep your eyeliner from smearing or from losing its intensity during the day or however long you're going to be wearing your eyeliner. It's a big tip for me. It works like a dream, especially if you're a person who likes eyeliner under the eye. And here I'm going to do my brows, and I'm using one of those pomades. This one is by Salon Perfect. It's a light brown. And I did shape my brow a little bit in the beginning, a little bit squarish, but the rest of the product was just to fill in the brows. I have very light brows, and they're kind of sparse, and they're very non-symmetric. That's a word. Very, very uneven brows I have, so I do use this was a gel I used to even them out, and then using the spoolie to go ahead and even everything out and blend. And so here I am curling my lashes, and I am using that Maybelline, I think it's the Colossal mascara, and I love that mascara, and does a very good job of bringing out my tiny little lashes. So you actually can see that I have eyelashes when I'm done using this product. So I highly recommend it. It's about $5 for a bottle of this stuff, and I'm happy with it. Even on days when I'm not wearing false lashes. Which, by the way, as you guys well know, I had every intention of doing so for this look. And these are the Demi Wispies by Ardell. These are a used pair, and again, was done off camera to save time. And here I am using the primer by e.l.f. to begin applying the face makeup, which I went for a real bronzy, everything bronzy look on the face, and lipstick to match the socket colors, which were the pinkish and the reds on the lips. But the face, I wanted to play down. This is a daytime look. I wouldn't have wanted really bright colors when I already have them in my eyes. It'd be too much. It'd look like too much. So here I am going to do a little bit of face concealing with the darker concealer that I have. I have two shades from the Hard Candy Glamouflage ones, which is my favorite of all time. It's the one I use most of the time because they have great coverage and great texture. And that's what you want in a concealer. So this is the lighter of the two, and I'm going to use this one around my eyes to conceal and to highlight. And the way that I blend that out is going to be with a beauty sponge. Well, those are the wedges. And I love using those, and I highly recommend that you use that when you're putting on your face makeup. Now I decided to go back in the inner corners of the eye and highlight a little bit with a bronzy highlight and a golden highlight. Both, I mixed them both. I went into the inner corners of the eye and did a little bit of highlighting, and I think that gave my eyes a nice pop and opened them up a little bit more. Again, this is a daytime look. You want to brighten up your eyes as much as possible. And now I am setting. The foundation I used was the Coverall, and this is their powder. Their companion for the liquid foundation, which I used. And this is Wet n Wild, and this is a nice velvety finish. So I love, love, love their product for foundation. I have a medium beigey color. And here I am using that, this is by e.l.f. It's like a brown creamy stick. They're eyeshadow sticks. But I find that this works well. I multi-use them to contour. And I did a little contouring on my cheeks and on my nose, which I really need it on my nose. I just don't do it very often. So I went all out here. This is makeup you want to go out wearing. This is the way I would apply it. You want a full face makeup without looking like you have on too much. This is the way that I'd go about it. And it'd definitely be for maybe going out to dinner or to movies, that type of thing. And here is the bronzer by e.l.f. You guys know how much I love this stuff, the Bronze and Glow. And that's a flat kabuki, like bamboo-ish type of brush. And I do believe that's a Neko Tools brush as well. And then this is going to begin the bronzy face that I go for. And this is to continue in that theme, a bronzy blush. And that is by LA Colors. So it gives me a nice played down bronzy looking face without looking like it's just too much. So it's nicely blended and played down so that the focal point will be the eyes. And there's another reason why I didn't put, heavy brows. The brows are nice and light. And then I took another e.l.f. bronzy product. This is actually an eyeshadow, but I placed that over my blush and my bronzer to bring it out. And you can see, looking at my face, what that did. It gave it not only more bronziness, but more of a sort of like a satiny face, a satiny finish. And then this is the Revlon highlights, the skin lights, and this is the flesh toned one. And I used a paintbrush to work that into the skin, and then the beauty wedge to really, really blend it out so that there are no harsh lines, and it's got a nice buffy look to it. You look nice, satiny and buffed out. And here we're going to get into the lips. Finally, see, this is not 20 minutes, so I don't understand where it says 20 minutes. And I used a pink lip liner right over it to shape my lips. Remember, from corner to corner. And guys, that is it. I really, really enjoyed doing this, and I think it came out great, and I hope you guys redo it. And I think it's beautiful for going out for early evening. Until next time, bye-bye.